Hey folks, Chris once again, welcome back to another video, and welcome back to my 31 days of horror day 20. And this time, I'm going to review the horror comedy Cooties. Now, Cooties is a 2014 film about a bunch of teachers facing off against a elementary school of zombie kids who got infected by a virus and chicken nuggets that they ate. That's basically the whole entire plot of it. It's very simple, but the movie is deeper than that. Believe it or not, this movie is wild as hell, and I quite enjoy this movie. It's definitely one of my favorites. Horror comedy. Is it better than Shaun of the Dead? Is it better than Idle Hands or Evil Dead 2? I don't care for Evil Dead 2, but Shaun of the Dead and Dead Alive and Idle Hands are hard to top. There's a lot that goes on in this movie, and you would expect from a low-budget killer kid movie. There's a scene where, the story begins with a little girl with two pigtails, and she eats a chicken nugget which has green something in it, and she becomes a zombie. Well, this kid named Patriot, who's a little dickhead, messes with her, and her ponytail falls off, and then she jumps on him and bites him. And then he starts scratching. He scratches his friend who's like blonde hair and shit. He becomes a zombie. He scratches a bunch of kids, and it goes downhill from there. Now, I quite like this movie, like I said. Rainn Wilson is hilarious. So is Elijah Wood. Jack McBrayer, which I had never heard of. Leigh Whannell. Alison Pill, who is absolutely awesome in this movie. When it comes to gruesome and horrific scenes, this movie definitely delivers, man. There's a scene where one of the teachers is literally torn to pieces like it's a Thanksgiving dinner, but for zombies. They pick off his arms, they pick off his legs, they pick off his head, and then just eat him alive. Pretty graphic. After that happens, the teachers start putting together what's going on, and they start working together to stop these zombie kids. There's another scene where a policeman runs up to the kids. He's like, "I'm trying to help him." Like, dude, they're kids with blood on their faces. What the hell do you think this is? Fucking a cartoon? But he gets killed, obviously. Leigh Whannell, he's him and the door wheel. Just hilarious, man. It's weird, but it's hilarious. The acting but all around is great. The kids are great. They're creepy. The kids get fucked up too, man. This film is not afraid to kill kids in graphic ways. One kid gets his head turned mashed potatoes by a fucking fire extinguisher. He like bam, bam, bam till his head is a big pile of mush. There's a kid who his mom picks him up from school, but he kills the mom and then kills his baby brother like a toddler. That baby becomes a zombie. Pretty disturbing. But the comedy in this movie just works. The fact that it's a horror comedy makes it a less traumatizing experience, even though there's horrific scenes in this movie. The kid, Patriot kid, writes, "Eat a cock on his notebook," and he wrote on Elijah Wood's windshield. Cool stuff. Funny. The Patriot's death is pretty graphic too. He gets his jaw, half his jaw, disfigured, and this thing hanging down, and then he gets hit by a car and killed. Pretty fucked up, but he deserved it because he was an asshole. Plus, he was a zombie, so he couldn't really deal with it any other way, sadly. Because there's no cure for this virus. One kid does not get it because if you haven't gone through puberty, if you've gone through puberty, you're fine. I guess the virus is only dangerous if you haven't gone through puberty. So they saved the girl. They saved another kid named Calvin, and he's diabetic, so he didn't get infected either. And the two kids and the teachers worked well together. They were nice. They were sweet. I mean, and the ending of this movie is really cool too, where they find a bunch of dead bodies, and there's like this Chuck E. Cheese type of place, and it's filled with kids. And they look all creepy as fuck. And then Ray Wilson comes in and tests the whole entire place on fire. He's like, I'm giving you kids an F for fuck you. And what else I forget what else he said. I'm not gonna spoil the rest of the stuff he says, but I mean, and they just all leave, and one kid is running in the road all on fire, pretty creepy, and it just fall down. And that's the ending of the movie. This movie was pretty good. The opening scene with the chicken being plucked and torn apart and cut up is pretty disturbing. You see the goo and shit. Pretty gross. But this movie was, this movie was gory. It was a good time. I enjoyed watching it this October. And it's overall just a good fucking movie. I give it a solid 8 out of 10. The only problems I have with it is it could have been longer. It's just a short movie. And the kids, none of the kids were likable, pretty much. I mean, they were all zombies. And lastly, the ending was too abrupt, if you ask me. It could have been longer, but I mean, this film hits hard. I mean, there's a scene where the kids are hit with a fucking baseball shooter and it grazed a fucking ball in their face. Great makeup in this movie for sure. But yeah, if you haven't seen Cooties and you haven't heard of it, go check it out. It's really fucking good. Elijah Wood's amazing. Lee Winnell and Allison Pill and Zachary Bird, Rainn Wilson, amazing. Go check it out if you haven't seen it yet. So with that said, guys, thanks for watching. Take care. See you on the next video. Peace out. Don't get cooties.